So we also did this by dropping a ball. If you look, I have all the data points here from the ball falling as a function of time. And so here's a displacement. Here's what I'm holding in my arm, and I accelerate it upwards, and it gets its initial velocity from my hand, right? And we can see the slope increasing, and now it's decreasing as gravity slows it down. So what you see is, here is where I give it the acceleration from my arm. This is when it reaches its maximum velocity, right when it leaves my hand over my head. And now the velocity slowly decreases due to gravity. And you see, when we take the slope of this line, we have acceleration. Here's where you have that massive acceleration from my hand. And then you have this negative constant acceleration of gravity.
If this is negative 20 meters per second squared, this is negative 10 meters per second squared.
And then it's too bad I didn't keep going and watch it bounce, but it hits the ground and comes up. And so the velocity goes from negative, right, when it's falling down, to positive when it's going back up. Hence, a huge positive acceleration is the slope of this line right here. Another thing that's interesting, we can go right from displacement to acceleration, right? Because if velocity is the slope of displacement and acceleration is the slope of velocity, acceleration is the second derivative of displacement. And what's that? That's the curvature. So you look here, we have a positive curvature, and the acceleration is positive. We have a negative curvature right here, and the acceleration is a constant negative. You might also notice that the acceleration seems to drop off near the end. Does it make sense here? Look, you see the average speed, it's getting more and more negative, but it's not, the slope here is less than the slope here. Do you think wind friction could have anything to do with that? Right? As I throw it upwards, is wind making it accelerate more, or air friction is making it accelerate more or less? As it's coming back down, does air friction make it accelerate more or less? Think about it. Thanks.